Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the retro-carded Human Torch. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or to help the channel out further, or both. That's all cool. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified when my new content becomes available at some point in the future. And with all that said, let's get into it. And first up, as we always do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a look at the packaging. And just like all the other figures, you know, you have that fake hologram glittery. It's not really glittery, it just kind of looks that way. Fake Fantastic Four glitter. 4 and up. Marvel Comics Fantastic Four. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Hasbro print. And then there's that artwork that's, takes you back to that Marvel Power Hour cartoon. If you want to go back to that. Then we have a nice big blister showing off Johnny and his accessories. Human Torch. And then there's some artwork that doesn't look so goofy with him all flamed up like the Hasbro exclusive one. On the side, nothing. On the side, nothing. Bottom, nothing. Top, nothing. Because it's just a blister card. It's a blister on a card. On the back, Marvel Fantastic Four. There's the artwork of Human Torch. And then there's the illustration showing the stuff you can change up. Human Torch. Fiery and hot-headed, the Human Torch can burn through just about any adversity with a smile. Fantastic Four also look for the cross-sell Mr. Fantastic, Marvel's Thing, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, Psycho Man, and the High Evolutionary. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Recycled print, Hasbro print. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole that don't belong. Achtung! Don't stick things in your other foreign language pie holes that don't belong. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print symbols I'm not gonna learn, and a barcode. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging, and I bumped something. And now let's take a look at the figure and his accessories and handy dandy tweezers. First up, we have a fist, all in that translucent-y, plastic. So there's that one, and then here's the opposite one. Again, just a fist in that translucent-y plastic. Then we have the forearm flame effect. One forearm flame effect 2, and the back and neck flame piece. Set those aside. Let's take a look at the figure. And I can say this is probably the best Human Torch figure that's been done since that very first Toy Biz one. In my opinion. Your mileage may, of course, vary. He's all done up in that translucent-y plastic. He has the classic lines. And the flame hair and some flames on his forearms and the backs of his hands. And, the only, maybe, they could have done a little bit of flame right here on the bottom of the leg. But, overall, again, this is, I think, the best Johnny Storm that we've had since That very first Toy Biz one. And again, that's my opinion. You may certainly have your own. You see his eyes, paint there on his eyes, and the paint here on the flame hair, and then some paint here. The rest of it is just molded in this plastic, except of course again for the lines. No lines on the back though. Skimping out Hasbro. And yeah, I like that face sculpt. This is very Human Torch to me. Very, very Human Torch. Classic Human Torch. And let's talk about his articulation. He can, of course, do the full flaming exorcist. Work with the head a little bit, and he can get his head back that high for flying through the air. He can, of course, look down that far. He does have a little bit of waggle in there. Waggle, waggle, waggle. And he got some chicken necking going on. Chicken neck. And butterfly joint here at the shoulder. So back that far and forward that far. Better than 90 degrees up at the shoulder. And of course he does have a 360 degree rotation there at the shoulder. And again, there's a cut here at the bicep for another 360 degrees of rotation. A double hinged pinned elbow, which gives you a little better than 90 degrees. And in and out hinge. And a full 360 degrees of rotation. All the other hands are on in and out hinges also. This one and the two spare hands. Classic Marvel Legends crunch here. Or Hasbro Marvel Legends crunch. Back that far. Forward that far. Cut at the waist for another full... Well... Okay. There is a cut there. Mine is not wanting to turn. Give me just a minute. And here we go, full 360 degrees. I just had to snap him loose a little bit. As you can see, it looks like, you know, something may have broke, or there may have been too much paint or plastic or something. But yeah, you can see it right there too. Now, I'm not pointing at his butt crack. I'm pointing right here. So, could have just been a little bit of stray glue. But it's all off now. Full 360 degrees of rotation. For the splits, this one is only getting this much, where the unflamed Johnny got a little bit more than that, I believe. He kicks forward that far. Kicks back hardly any. Cut here at the upper thigh for another 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged pinned knee gives you that much range of motion. And there's a cut here at the upper shin. Normally that would be a boot cut, but there's no boot. Well, there is a boot, but it's covered in flame, so you can't see it. But it's still there, so I guess it's still a boot cut. Boot cut! For the ankle, down that far, up that far, and of course, a forward facing pin for rocker. And that, my friends, is a look at the figure and his accessories. And now comes my favorite part of a review. The comparisons. And let's start things off with the very first Toy Biz Human Torch. All flamed up. And as you can see, they share a lot in common. The flaming hair, flames on the forearms, and of course not. You know, they don't share that, and they don't share the 4. Of course, this one is translucent, where this one is solid and just painted. But you know, good paint job on this. And like I said, this is, you know, before this one, this was my favorite Human Torch. They haven't done a Human Torch until this one that was as good as the original Toy Biz one, in my opinion. I, of course, missed out on the Walgreens black and blue, so I'm not sure how that one stands up. And here he is with another Toy Biz Human Torch, which is, you know, almost fully flamed on. And then we have an early attempt by Hasbro doing Human Torch, and this is the black and blue version from early on. And as you can see, he has some flame effects, but they are glued to the figure, so they do not move. And I really don't like these in transition figures. Either flame him on or flame him off. And here is the Human Torch from the Super Scroll Build-A-Figure wave. And here is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive flamed off Human Torch. And here's just the regular retro card Reed Richards. And here's his sister, Sue Storm Richards, the Invisible Woman, in her visible mode. And again, I hate when they do her as a partial visible and partially invisible. I just, you know, you make her visible or invisible. So I'm really happy for the most part with that they've done her like that. If you watch my review on her, you'll see I'm not all that thrilled about the head on that one. But see, and here is the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm Richards. This is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive variant. And here is the Human Torch with his best bro, Benjamin J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, from the Fantastic Four retro cards. Here he is with a Toy Biz version of his nephew Franklin. And a Toy Biz version of his animation replacement from the very first Fantastic Four cartoon, Herbie. He was, of course, replaced because parents groups thought kids were stupid and would light themselves on fire to emulate the Human Torch. And for some children, that is possibly true. And with a former teammate, the She-Hulk. This one comes from the, I guess it's the A-Force 5-pack. And here is the She-Hulk from the Super Scroll Build-A-Figure wave. And here he is with a Hasbro Mole Man. I think this one comes from the very first Hasbro Fantastic Four wave, and which had this Johnny in it. and Namor, and of course some of the rest of the Fantastic Four in the black and blue suits. And here's Doctor Doom from the Build-A-Scroll wave. The retro-carded Doctor Doom, which has that more classic feel. The infamous Super Skrull Build-A-Figure from the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure wave. From the Fantastic Four Retro Card series, Psycho Man. And also from the Fantastic Four Retro Card series, the High Evolutionary. Here we have him with his creator, Stan the Man Lee. And how does he stack up with other lines? Well, let's see. Here he is with Star Wars The Black Series, Archive Wave, 501st Clone Trooper. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. And for some 7-inch goodness, we have the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. And that, my friends, completes the comparisons. For final thoughts on the Fantastic Four, the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Retro Card Wave. Again, like I said earlier, I think this is best Human Torch they've done since that first Toy Biz Human Torch. And I did forget to show his accessories. So these, I don't know. Excuse me. These don't work so well with the stuff on his forearms already. But of course it could just be that I suck. So there's a fact to be aware of. These may not work as you want them to because of this part on the forearm. I'm not going to fool with it right now. I don't mind this so much, but I prefer it just like this. This is Human Torchy enough for me. Again, you know, they did skip out on some lines on the back here. Shame on you, Hasbro, for skipping out. But at least they did give him some on the front and not just make him a translucent fire person. And again, you know, I pretty much like everything about this figure. Except maybe he could have had some flame effects down here. Of course, I guess maybe these will go down here. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. That kind of works. Yeah, there we go. That works okay. That does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for watching and supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both. That's cool too. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.